No.
Do you ever not sell out of your stock? The nice thing is you have control over, for the most part, right? How quick the products you buy sell. Like you have control over the history of them, right? So very, very rarely ever. And you want to be buying stuff that's like sub 100,000 sales ranks, that it moves consistently. That if for whatever reason you do need to get that capital back, pretty quick, that you can move that product pretty nicely. Right there, new thumbnails looking fire, dude. Thank you, Joshua. Yeah, I got this awesome.
Yeah, he's crushing it.
Yeah, this awesome new thumbnail guy right here. What you know about this, boy? Wait. Let's get entire screen
here. That is from high school.
High school, yeah. Okay.
No, that's probably like 10th grade, 9th grade.
Oh, so that's like 2011 vibes or something. Yeah,
that was like 12 years ago.
Yeah, you're looking like a power forward. Yeah, you're big looking like a power forward, and like no jump shot, but you'll work hard on the boards.
Exactly. That's so accurate. That's
so accurate. Really? Okay, cool.
I had a decent jump shot back in the day, but if I were to play pickup these days,
that's embarrassing, dude. Yeah, you're just now getting into your prime too. Like you're just now getting into your athletic prime.
I told you I'm retired after I hurt my knee. I tore my patellar tendon.
That's some bullshit. Yeah. Favorite NBA player? I don't watch basketball too much. But
Luka.
Steph Curry, I would say. Yeah, Steph Curry probably. I mean, not like too much though, honestly. Like I just don't watch it enough. But yeah, I'd say probably Steph Curry. What other questions you guys have? So we got 47 of you guys in here. Saturday night, Real Hustlers in here. I'm sure a bunch of you guys watch on the replay, and everything. Okay.
Cool. So Miles, real quick, Edith said someone's scamming people pretending they're you on Instagram. I'm sure that happens all the time. But
yeah.
And I've even had someone impersonating me on YouTube. This actually, I felt bad because in the comments, I'm like, dude, it's clearly not me. But this guy messaged me on LinkedIn and said, hey, is this your assistant are you offering one-on-one coaching? Your assistant reached out to me. I asked him to send me a selfie, and the dude just like ripped a pic from one of my threads like a couple months back and was like impersonating me. I was like, no, it's a scam. Please.
Yeah. Stay woke out here, people. 24 hours a day grind. Yes, sir. Yeah, dude. Tommy, how's the wholesale stuff going, man? You've had a couple really good wholesale questions the past couple of streams, so keep us updated on that. How many hours a day should I be spending with online arbitrage as a beginner? Short answer, as much as possible, but also read as much as you can. And you got to understand that when you're new, you got to pay down a big ignorance tax, right? Because you're competing against people that have been doing it for a while and everything. So as much action as you can take initially, the better results you're going to be able to get. Okay, cool. I like this. Okay, cool. So let's rip on this. What's up,
Colin? I like that.
First time talking to a supplier. What is your script with the initial call? Any specific questions you ask? What is your intro?
So when I'm
very high level question. Yeah, like this dude's gonna do stuff. That's awesome right there.
Yeah, for sure. So when I'm calling up a supplier, like if I'm just cold calling them, or even if I'm calling them in response to an email that I sent them or that they sent me, it's pretty casual, right? And I try to keep it short and sweet. So I just say, hi, I'm Corey Ganem. I usually like to position myself as like the director of purchasing as opposed to the business owner. It makes it look like a bigger company. So I say, hi, I'm Corey Ganem, director of purchasing for XYZ company. We're a large e-commerce retail and distribution company. We've got multiple online sales channels, and we also have a dealer network that we can distribute product to as well, right? And we're looking to purchase, and I try to be specific. I say we're looking at product X, products Y, and product Z from you, looking to purchase those for resale in our business.
Yeah, and the big takeaway from that is it's personalized, right? In that it's not just, hey, XYZ, I want to buy your product, period. Let me know how. It's I want to buy this specific product, right? So it shows the person who's seeing that you did your research.
Exactly.
And everything. Okay, cool. Do you normally see an increase in sales on Prime Day? Yes, however, marginally, right there, but definitely yes. That's coming up, right? Is it this week?
July, I think Monday.
Oh, cool.
Or maybe Tuesday or Wednesday.
All right, either way. Yeah, cool. All right, well, I'm going to audit my pricing then. Thoughts on tactical arbitrage? Not a fan of it. I think you'll be better off just with Seller Amp and Keep it nice and simple. You can see a ton of product research videos on my channel if you want walkthroughs of those. What are advantages to creating a business in Delaware, New Hampshire, as opposed to Florida? I heard there were some disadvantages to Florida with tax stamps. No idea. That's a question for a lawyer or CPA, basically right there. However, shipping to Delaware, New Hampshire from using a prep center perspective is very efficient for online arbitrage because those states don't have sales tax. Have you started to send inventory into FBA for school season or using a fulfillment center? So yeah, I actually sent some stuff in today that I think is going to do really, really well for back to school. That I just prepped myself right there. However, the bulk of the money, in my opinion, should be FBM during back to school season because that's when you can really low risk, flexibly test stuff really quick, right? And then double down on FBM. That's what I do. At this point in your FBA career, what percentage is online arbitrage, wholesale, or private label? Yeah, so no private label right now. The budget styles, vast majority is online arbitrage. Local grocery store. Dude, that's awesome, Tommy. Good for you, man.
I saw that. Yeah, he said. So I'd like to know more details on that, Tommy. So is this somebody you just have a relationship with, somebody you know that owns a grocery store, and that grocery store has access to suppliers that you wouldn't normally be able to access? And is that grocery store willing to essentially let you order through them? That's what it sounds like. And if so, that's a great opportunity, right? That can really help you leverage some brands that you wouldn't normally be able to access.
Okay, so John's asking about the program. So you want to tell everyone about the wholesale challenge and the urgent nature of the current state of the wholesale challenge?
Yeah, guys. So if you've been living under a rock for the last 3 weeks or so, maybe you have not heard about what we're doing called the Wholesale Challenge. So the Wholesale Challenge is going to be a 7-day live training where I'm going to teach you face-to-face over screen share exactly how to start, scale, and manage a fully remote 7-figure wholesale business. It's taking place this Monday all the way through next Monday. So it's going to be 2 hours a night. There's going to be live Q&A. There's over $3,000 worth of bonuses included that you get access to immediately. A Facebook community. I'm answering questions in there. Chris Grant's in there answering questions. It's going to be a really fun time. We've got over 300 people signed up for us already. And the last thing I'm going to mention about it is the fact that if you're not satisfied, you have a whole 7 days to get a refund. So like you could literally go through the whole challenge and ask for your money back. And not only are we going to give you all your money back, we're going to pay you an extra $50 on top of it if you truly weren't satisfied. So you have literally zero risk, and it is going to be very high value. It's going to teach you everything you need to know A to Z about how to start a wholesale business, beginner friendly, intermediate friendly, expert friendly. And if you want to help Miles out, he's actually got a discount code that you can use to get $100 off. And keep in mind, the doors are closing tomorrow night at midnight, tomorrow night being Sunday. So if you're not in by tomorrow night at midnight, you're not getting in. So that's it. That's that.
Yeah. So that's tomorrow night, right? So you can use the link in the description and the discount code in the description. And as a bonus, if you do go ahead and do that, email me. I left my email in the description, and I'll send you some online arbitrage leads. Basically, several of you guys have done that. I'm sure a couple of you guys will do that via this video. So I'll hook it up, send some leads as well. So that's wholesalechallenge.com. Use the code Miles100. I believe it's in the description as well. And then email me and I'll hook it up right there. Cool. Okay. How do I get gated in pet food? Order 10 of a product that's also listed on Amazon from any big retailer, and you'll be good to go, or a wholesaler right there. Interesting. Here we go. We order a spreadsheet of products we're interested in. He orders them for us. Really good. Dude, that's awesome. That is such sauce, Tommy. And how do you know this guy, Tommy? Did you hit him up, or how'd that work? What's the deal with Amazon beta FBA fees, or do you think it'll stay? What you familiar with that?
I don't know what he's referring to in terms of beta.
What do you do when you run into order amount constraints from online retailers? I've had tons of orders canceled, even for 10 of the same item. Yeah, Brandon. So that's one of the big constraints with online arbitrage, right? So you need to find the websites that let you buy heavy, or find a way to get around order cancels on websites. Right now, that's the problem, is some sites aren't worth going after. Some sites are worth going after because either you can buy a lot, or it's easy to get around coupons. And it's on you to position yourself to either find that through your own anecdotal data, or talk to other people who have run into similar issues and beat them, basically. Spreadsheet has quantities. I believe right now this is the only planned one for the wholesale challenge. The nice thing is you'll get lifetime access to everything on that. So 6 to 8 months minimum. Oh, I thought you said 6 to 8 weeks. Walked in and talked to him. Hey, that's how you do it. There we go.
Exactly how you do it.
That's how you do it right there. Tommy, are you on Twitter, man? I think you'd fit in nicely, man. You're taking action like crazy.
Yeah, I love that.
How does Plum work when you don't pay in full? That's a very, very good question. I assume there's just interest on it. I think we're
Yeah, I think there is interest on it because Amex cards are typically charge cards, so they
yeah.
typically do need to be paid in full at the end of every period.
Ooh.
But with the Plum, as you know, I guess you have 60 days to pay as opposed to 30. So if you don't pay the full balance by that 60-day period, then I believe they would charge you interest, which you definitely want to avoid at all costs.
When ungating an OTC, I don't think so. I think I was just auto ungated in, honestly, right there. In this situation, that's a damn good question. What's the thought process on that? The nice thing is, especially if you're selling like grocery products and stuff like that, very, very few people are going to inauthentic complaint that. I mean, I
Right.
sell a lot of Nike stuff and I'm still only getting like one in every 2,000 orders. So I'd imagine grocery is significantly better than
Virtually
that.
never.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing to keep in mind there is that is kind of a risk you take. So having the ability to order through the grocery store is a big opportunity that a lot of people don't have. But at the same time, you're not going to be able to get an invoice from the grocery store supplier, right? And even if you could, the grocery store is not going to give you their supplier. So if you get an inauthentic complaint, what you could do is you could ask that grocery store to invoice your company, which they probably already do anyways, and then try to use that invoice. Amazon might push back with it being not from like the brand themselves or from a distributor. But that is a way you could possibly get around that issue. Oh, so Norman had a good question. Do you need any additional software tools or resources when you're selling wholesale versus retail arbitrage or online arbitrage? So, Norman, honestly, the only tools you need to do wholesale are a profit analyzer like a seller amp and Keepa, right? You really just need those two tools. Everything else is a nice to have, it's not a need to have. Now, it becomes some of those additional tools become more useful as you scale and as you're doing more business. But to start, that's all you need, which I mean, you can get in the door for what, under $50 a month for those two tools, which puts you in a position to make hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands potentially in net profit per month just off the back of those two tools.
Correct. We get a regular receipt. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. You at least get a receipt. And I'm sure you could get a receipt. Like, the nice thing is when you're buying stuff legit, like, it would be so easy to spin up an invoice from that grocery store. Like,
Right.
unbelievably easy. Like, you can find templates online and stuff. Like, there's solutions for basically everything. Yeah.
Mhm.
Honestly. Tagged you on Twitter, Alex. Okay, cool. All right. Let's see. Alex, let's see if he did it right there. Oh, must have tagged you, Corey. He didn't tag
He
me.
said this morning, so it's
Oh,
probably
all right.
buried. That's
Oh,
long gone.
oh, my bad. First sale. My bad. Okay, hopefully I retweeted it, Alex. My bad. I might not have seen it this morning though.
So Pratt had a good question. How many suppliers realistically does someone need to contact to land a good one? He said between 100 and 200. And to be completely honest, that is going to depend on a couple of things. So one, it's going to depend on the quality of your leads. So if you're reaching out to really good targeted brands directly or solid distributors that you vetted, that you have a feeling that as long as I can get good pricing, this is going to work. Well, then the total number that you need to reach out to is going to be smaller, right? Because it's going to be more quality, more targeted. But if you're kind of just taking the shotgun approach, reaching out to every which one, not really choosing a niche and not really positioning yourself properly, then it will take more time.
Best way to get ahead, bro. Completely agree. Yeah, because other people that's like the key to everything in life, man. Like other people are the key to everything in life, and luckily most people are deathly afraid of other people. So for those of us that aren't, it's significantly easier.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. So Tay had a good question. Can we do wholesale if we live in an apartment? How would they ship the pallets, or do I need a warehouse? So Tay, I actually started doing wholesale when I lived in a studio apartment in Chicago. I mean, I could barely receive packages, much less full
Oh,
pallets.
I didn't know you were living in Chicago. I thought you were just there. Like you were living out in Chicago. Really
For
cool.
2 years. Yeah, right after college. So it is totally possible to do wholesale, even if you don't even have like I said, in my situation, right? Studio apartment, don't even really have the ability to receive packages. So you could use what is called a 3PL or commonly known as a prep center. They will actually receive your shipments from your suppliers for you. They will prep them and they will turn around and send them to Amazon for you. Now, there is going to be a little steeper learning curve if you've never sold on Amazon or you've never done shipping yourself and you start out by using a 3PL. So there's going to be a little more to learn. It's going to be a little more expensive up front, but it's entirely possible. And it's exactly how I started.
What time will the live sessions be on the challenge next week?
Good question. So they're going to be 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern, starting this coming Monday, July 10th, going through next Monday, July 17th. Now, if you're not able,
I didn't even realize it started on Monday too. Cool.
Yeah, literally. I mean, yeah, because doors close Sunday night. So the good thing about it is if you miss the sessions or maybe you had a question you needed to ask, if you miss the live sessions, if you miss the Q&A, you're going to be able to ask questions during the Facebook group. And we're actually going to be answering questions in the Facebook group long after the challenge is gone. So don't think that I'm just going to ignore you after July 17th. The other thing too is you're going to have lifetime access to the recordings. So if you do miss any of the sessions, you can watch them on your own time. You can have your team watch them, review them at any time.
Is it possible to ungate Adidas via their website? Absolutely. So do you know who Prodigy is on Twitter?
Prodigy. Is that their name on Twitter?
So he's one of my really, really good friends' little brothers, and I think he's like 14. And he puts up numbers, and his brother puts up
awesome.
numbers too. It's awesome, man. It's absolutely awesome. Like, so for example, his brother Jake and I, like are really, really good friends. We built like from the ground up, like 2.5 years ago, basically, like talked every day for like a year, pretty much. So how does mentorship work with people who are new to Amazon? Yeah, so obviously, if you're in our stream, you're pretty, familiar with it and everything. I would recommend watching a bunch of YouTube content prior. But if you are interested in formal help, I do have a link down below for my coaching program for anyone who's interested in working together formally. Right there. Future updates. Yeah. I'm sure you guys will get, info and if there's relevant information, like that's a good thing, Corey. I'm sure I'll do, as businesses evolve, basically. Damn, 50K so far. That's awesome tech news. Yeah.
Nice.
How do you find exclusive wholesalers on Google and not directly just emailing the brand? You go to trade shows, you cold call, you use LinkedIn outreach. You do basically, you get in contact with them any way you can, basically.
And I think LinkedIn is, like you mentioned. So you mentioned LinkedIn as a strategy. I think LinkedIn is very underrated for finding quality wholesale leads. Okay. And partially due to the fact that there's nobody on LinkedIn talking about Amazon wholesale. Nobody. In fact, that's one of my big goals for the second half of this year is to get more active on that platform, talking about exactly what it is that I do, because I know as I do that, one, I'm going to have a lot more success reaching out directly to suppliers because they're going to see me talking about wholesale all day, every day. And I guarantee you suppliers are going to reach out to me asking to work with me. That's exactly how it happened on Twitter. And when you think about there's way more suppliers on LinkedIn than there are on Twitter, that's just going to be a lot more likely to happen on that platform.
How would you get an invoice from Adidas? You don't. You just submit the order confirmation email. How would you factor in cost price in SellerAmp when you're paying for shipping from distributors right there? Yeah. So that's going to be a case of where you're just going to add that into your per unit cost and then divide it. Once your supplier knows how much shipping is going to be, you're just going to add that additional cost fractionalized to the cost being on each of your products, basically. And then hopefully, eventually, you can work with your supplier for them to be able to ship directly to Amazon for you, basically. LinkedIn is incredible. It easily puts you in touch with the right person. Agreed. Yeah, I remember Corey used to be a LinkedIn only boomer, and I was like, no. And then here we are.
Here we are.
You ever bought a product OA where the product images are identical, but when you get the product, the EPC is for a different listing? All the time, unfortunately, Matthew. But some listings on Amazon, they'll just have multiple products on the same list, and just kind of how it is, basically. Right there. Do you guys manually source catalogs or use a catalog scanner? Manual.
Yep. We actually, I think it was 3 or 4 weeks ago, we actually unsubscribed from the UPC scanning tool that we were using. So we only 100% manual now. Yeah.
So the wholesale challenge, it's a 7-day program, but you can pay for it in installments over 3 months if you do want to. Basically, so that's how that works. So I think I'm a little behind on questions. Let's see what else we got. Apartment house garage. Get it? Yeah, that's a good point. Please name some good suppliers for beginners. You got to do some cold calling and cold emailing. But in terms of like OA, like Kohl's, Nike.com, Adidas. I do a bunch of live sourcing on my channel too, so you can watch those as well. South side of Chicago here, south of Chicago. Corey, you're going to ASD in August?
Yep.
Cool. What day are you getting there?
So I haven't planned it out yet. I will probably.
Really? I would expect my boy Corey to have that shit planned 6 months in advance. Be overpaying for shit left and right.
No way. I mean, I'll be there a day before because I want to be on the show floor at like 9 a.m. the first day
On
of the show because
Saturday,
that's when the best. If it starts on Saturday, then I'll be getting there on Friday.
Friday, and then we're
Upwards
going
that
out
way.
Friday night, and we're staying up all night, and then going right to the
It's
thing.
been done. It's been done before.
Yeah. Have you did you do that last time?
No, I mean not last ASD. It's been done. I've done that in Vegas before, but not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's hard to do that at ASD and show up for like a 9-hour day,
Yeah.
talking to 50 people.
Is your business partner silent, or are they involved in the day-to-day at all?
No, they're silent. So my cousin, he's a silent partner, he actually came with me to ASD this past March because he's a sales guy. He crushed it. He caught on real quick.
Oh, fire. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
He just got transferable skills. That's awesome.
Yep. Exactly.
Target price point range do you best in arbitrage? So budget stylist, it kind of depends on what type of product, right? But I mean, like saying $20 to $100 ASP is like really, really broad. Unfortunately. How do you source it manually? Yeah, so you would select the UPC or the title, and then click SAS Smart Search on SellerAmp, and it'll pop up the data, basically, right there. Flying in Saturday. Oh, cool. JH. Do we know each other? Yeah, I got denied. My business too new, not experienced with CCs. So top AMC flips, contact the reconsideration line at Capital One. Otherwise, just get a got approved for a 1.5 card with 5,000. No, if it's a Capital One card, because that's going to report to your personal credit, and that's going to tank your personal credit score. Unfortunately, go with the business Amex. Your ASP is like $40, right? So the average profit per unit is probably like $5 gross profit.
So I'm actually looking at that right now. So over the last 30 days, our ASP is about $35.46. And then gross profit per unit is about $7. But that's due to the fact that we definitely sell higher priced products than most people in wholesale.
Big time. Dude, I'm planning the master plan for 100K profit in December. Have you done 100K profit in a month with Amazon?
No, the most we did December of 21, we did 70.
Yeah,
so.
that shit's fucking lit. Yeah, we got to run that, bro. Big time.
Yeah.
I estimate, depending on how much I'm able to FBM and how restock limits perform, it would be, and it depends kind of if I'm like really, really grinding on the ASP,
Right.
or if I get a little horny for some big bars and go down to like 15% net on some days, like I typically do. On like the big bit, like December 7th, like I think my biggest day ever was like 43K rev, like 1,300 units, basically. And it was a very anxiety-filled day too, basically. It was like December 12th or something like that. But
the 14th through the 21st is always the biggest week of the year.
Yeah. 5th to the 20th, heavily weighted towards like the 7th to the 15th. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on supplier shipping straight to Amazon? Awesome. Ideal. Now probably not going to be possible in many cases, but that's going to be a relationship game that's going to get you that. But that's way cheaper, way quicker. You just got to obviously make sure they're doing QC, quality control, and that they're trustworthy too. Basically, it's a grind. Wholesale in Toronto, interesting. Asking for resale certificate out of state where here we go. That's a good question. That's a really, really good question right there. I'm actually not sure.
Yeah. So, and preface this by saying I'm not an accountant. Talk to a CPA that is familiar with e-commerce, but this is common. So we're in the same situation. Our entity is located in North Carolina. Our 3PL, we have one in Georgia, one in New York. And so oftentimes, usually suppliers want a resale certificate for the state that they're shipping to. Okay. So I know for New York, we can provide them with a New York state specific resale certificate, because in the state of New York, you can fill that out even if you're not registered as a retailer with the state of New York. So that's how we get around that. Now for the state of Georgia, we actually did have to register with the Georgia Department of Revenue as a retailer in that state. So every month we have to go into Georgia's tax portal, submit a sales tax return. It takes 30 seconds. And because of the fact that Amazon collects and remits sales tax on our behalf in every state in the country, all you have to do is submit that fully exempt return. But that's specific to the state of Georgia. So like I said, check with a CPA that knows Amazon, that knows e-commerce, and they'll be able to give you guidance for your state.
Okay, this is a really, really good one. Miles, I know you use a lot of coupons. How do you scale like that? You can only use the coupon for one order. It's a sustainable business model when you can't buy in bulk. So that's what's nice, is that basically most coupons you can use again and again. Some I've used like over 500 times basically throughout the years. Now, if it requires you to submit your email, you're going to have a bunch of emails, Or you can create what's called a catch-all. That's catch, A-L-L. It's all one word. There's really good YouTube tutorials on how to set that up. Basically, right there. So you can use what's called a catch-all, and you get unlimited, basically. So yeah, I mean, you can use coupons again and again right there. For a store is a good way to. Oh, completely agree. Yeah, discounted gift cards is sauce for OA. I only sell in the U.S. market. How about you, Corey?
Yeah, so we're in the US, but then we're part of the North American Remote Fulfillment Program,
Oh, really?
which makes our inventory available in both Canada and Mexico. So certain products, certain brands, we do sell here and there in Canada and Mexico.
Someone on my listing has a bot to sell 1 cent under my price. He has over 100 reviews, and I have none, so I'm a little new. I don't know how to get the buy box from him. So don't play a price war with him. Simply let your inventory sit there. He'll price up, or either way, the buy box is going to rotate between you guys. In many cases, reviews aren't important. Don't worry about that. You can't control it, right? What you can control is being on the listing, being FBA, and eventually having your delivery dates be, super quick prime, which your inventory might be checking in. I know you said you're new, so that might not be the case. So check on the listing, go on the listing on Amazon.com and see what delivery dates your products have, basically. I'll show you guys. Let me get up an example right here. Get up an example of this. I'll show you guys right here. Oops, my bad. Wrong thing right here. Let's see. Okay, let's go men's. Okay, sorry. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, boom, bada bing. All right, let's get this up right here. So what I mean by delivery dates, basically, let's see, Nike Revolution 5 men.
Miles, are you still there?
I'm back. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad.
I'm like, I don't know if it's me.
Yeah. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's me. Yeah. So what do I mean by delivery dates? I mean the days your inventory show. All right, let's get up one that has a buy box right here. Does this one have a buy box? Nope. This one have a buy box? Yes. Okay. So we can see the seller currently in the buy box has a delivery date of July 14th. The rest is a couple days away. It's like 5 days away, right? And now there might be someone that's a cheaper price than him, right? But has poor delivery dates, right? So in this case, actually, their delivery dates are all really caught up right here. So that's actually not a good example. Yeah, okay. For example, this seller's delivery dates are July 18th, right? So it's going to be a lot harder for them to get the buy box, and they're also higher priced. So when you see sellers that have lower pricing but aren't getting the buy box, it's typically due to their delivery dates right there. And then for anyone who's kind of unsure how you analyze the product, right? So you want to use seller amp right here, right? Which shows you how fast it sells via the VSR and the profit at different buy costs right there, as well as Keepa, which shows you the value of a product over time. Damn, this is actually a beautifully stable product.
Right.
Oh, super. Yeah, dude, these used to print back in the day for me. Back here, I was printing wealth on these. I was buying them on Rack Room Shoes for any scholars watching right there. Cool. All right, so the delivery date thing. When is the right time to get a repricer? Yes. So I would say when you have 10 to 20 ASINs and you're consistently getting sales every day. The nice thing is that you guys can use my Be Cool affiliate link, which is it's actually not in the description, but it's going to be in the description in a sec, right there, and it helps me out. Obviously, I get a little bit of a.
We might have lost him again. You there, Miles?
Description. I'm lagging again.
There we go. There he is.
Right there. So yeah, the nice thing is you can get a whole free month of BQ rather than solely a free 2 weeks.
Okay, so here's a good question here. Sadiq said, Corey, have you ever been to Expo East or Expo West? If so, what are your thoughts on it? So I personally have not been to Expo East or Expo West. And for folks that don't know what that is, that's just another large retail trade show. So there's going to be some big brands there. There's going to be some distributors there. It's a great show to attend if you're an Amazon seller. Like I said, haven't been myself, but I do know some other large wholesale sellers that have and that have had success making some really good relationships at those shows.
Did you hear about Kenzo getting booked for selling stolen goods? Did you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
because his was
crazy.
like, I think his company was like the KZ Trading or something like that.
I had no idea. I don't. I mean, obviously, if it's true, it's fucked up, but I have too much of an opinion on it. Since you sell a lot of shoes which are bulky and Amazon lists your square foot, do you use a fulfillment center for FBM? No. The nice thing is, especially during the summer, restock limits are really, really high. I'm a little nervous about October, or specifically late October, the restock limit situation. But I think the play is to take like a week in October and ship in like 7,000, 8,000 units for December, just to make sure my limits are good. At the very, very least, make sure I do like 350K in December, basically. But ideally, keep the limits good and then Chad scale like crazy. But we'll see how that goes. What do you use to keep in stock? Yeah, how are you monitoring, restocks and stuff like that? Is that a VA's position, I assume?
Yeah, so my head of operations, that's actually one of her primary functions, right? So one of her KPIs, and she reports on this every week in our team meeting, is what percentage of our top ASINs are in stock. So she's actually held accountable to that number. And let's just say, for example, we've got 30 top ASINs, 30 products we've identified as our top products. Our goal is to have at least 80 to 90% of those top ASINs in stock at any given time. Okay, so as far as how we do that, we use Sellerboard. They have an inventory planning feature, and it's not perfect. It's not specifically for forecasting, but what it will tell you is your normal velocity on products. So as long as you've had a good amount of stock on a given product, let's say you've had a product in stock for the last 30 days, well, Sellerboard's velocity number is going to be pretty accurate. It's going to tell you how many units you've sold per day on average over that period. And so we then pretty much extrapolate that out and factor in our lead time to determine how many we need to order and when we need to order that next.
So just don't have a price war with him, and since I'm FBA, well, my product will likely start to catch up to his sales. Yes, absolutely. Is SellerAmp going to update with the new fee rate since Small and Light is gone? Absolutely. Good question. Right there. Absolutely. MD Empire, have we ever talked before? You always get in here with the good questions, and I appreciate it. I don't think we've talked on socials or anything like that, but maybe we have. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's I always wondered about the restock stuff, because with OA, like, quantity typically is your bottleneck, right? It's like there's tons of good products. Some of them you just can't get quantity of. And everything. Luckily, with wholesale, that's not a bottleneck in many cases, right?
Right.
I think that's pretty cool right there. So, like, what was the moment when you knew you were gonna only do wholesale moving forward? Like, what did that look like? Because a lot of people watching, right, are in the OA space, in the RA space, and they're not quite sure, if wholesale is for them. What, and then, okay, say it's working a little bit, right? When do I put more time into it?
Yeah, so I'll tell you, I mean, the light bulb moment for me would have been, I think it was late 2018. I stumbled upon a video from Watch Me Amazon, Larry Labarsky. He's an OG in the wholesale space. And it was a pretty simple video. In it, all he did was he was screen sharing a Google Doc that he had put together. And he was pretty much just breaking down the business model and really illustrating the snowball potential that it has. So, for example, he was showing how, let's just say you start off wholesale with $5,000, and let's say you spend it on good quality profitable inventory. Well, then and don't quote me on these numbers, but then it'll come back to you as, let's say, 6,000, right? Then now you got 6,000, you deploy that 6,000, it comes back as 7,300, so on and so forth. And so when he really broke down that process in front of me on that video, I thought it made perfect sense. And I thought that the model addressed some of the shortfalls that OA had, kind of like you said, Miles, because I was doing OA at the time. And I mean, I'm running into the same bottlenecks that you guys are. I was finding good products. I couldn't get enough of them. And I just felt wholesale was more of a long-term solution and more scalable. Now, again, that's not to knock OA. You're crushing it in OA. Plenty of people are crushing it in OA. I also felt that the business model lent itself better to my skill set because at the time I had a B2B sales role, right? I've been a sales guy my whole life. I like talking to people. I like building relationships. And that's what wholesale is all about. So to me, I think it melded with my skill set. And I saw it as a more consistent, stable, long-term business model.
Makes sense. Fair pricing, I believe. Yeah, Tay. So I don't think you're gonna have issues with that. I haven't personally heard of anyone having issues with that with products from Walmart. Basically. Do you lose margin in wholesale, but do you make up for in volume? I mean, you like that's all a choice, but like typically yes, right? Because it's like just easy money. You get
on average. Yeah. So on average, That's actually a great way to frame it. And I said this on a call I was on earlier tonight. So with wholesale compared to OA, you're trading a little bit of margin for volume, right? Now, that's not to say that we don't carry high margin products. We certainly do. There's multiple products in our inventory right now, 100% ROI, doubling our money on every sale, 20% gross margins, 25% gross margins. So those products are out there in wholesale. It's just more of a volume game.
Makes sense. What other questions you guys got? We got 80 you guys in here on a Saturday night. Got all the hustlers out here. Make sure if you guys are interested in doing wholesale now, wholesale in the future, you check out the wholesale challenge with Corey. Use the discount code in the link in the description and email me using the email, and I'll send you some OA leads as well. Because unlucky for me, I had Amazon suppress the buy box and suggest a competitive price. So you actually don't have to worry about the suggesting a competitive price part. The suppression the buy box, now that is a lot more common on you know, cosmetics, some of these lower ASP type of products that are a little bit more volatile, right? That like tend to come from sites like that, from my experience, right there. But I mean, that's one ace, and there's legit millions you can make money on. Like, don't worry about it. Keep it rolling, one foot in front of the other, and you'll make more money. Toys too, yeah, true, very true, Brandon, as well. Absolutely. Right there, yeah, dude. I'm looking at Larry's channel right now. He's got some. It's like so sick.
I don't think has he posted in a while.
Talking about having YouTube videos 5 years ago. I can't wait till I can say that.
Yeah.
Let's see. So he hasn't made a video in about a year. Or let's see, is it 2 years? Yeah. Oh, okay. About a year ago, 2 days ago. Yeah. Interesting. He has some like pretty big videos from back in the day. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm watching the Larry with Gary V video after this.
Dude, I mean, I've watched, I think every single video he's ever put out. He's got 30K subs, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got less than 40 videos, and he's got
that's impressive. Yeah,
like
that's
30K
fire.
subs.
That's super fire.
Oh,
Yeah.
it says 103, but I think
103. He might have some shorts though. You know?
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
That's fire. Cool. Sweet. Yeah. That dude, we had him on our podcast. He was awesome on our podcast. I think that was like a year ago. That's crazy. How long ago was that?
Yeah, he's an OG, dude. I mean, I'm telling you, he's like the one that I learned from for sure.
Right.
He's also, his course is the only course I've ever bought in the wholesale space, at least.
Oh, dude, I bought a shit. No, I've actually only bought like 2 Amazon. Okay, cool. So watch me Amazon. Okay. Yeah, cool. Okay, so it was let's see. So it was September. So okay, fire. Sweet. Cool. So Corey, you don't suggest using wholesale scanners because it's not always accurate and just source manual correct. Ideally, yeah. Right? Ideally, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, scanners have their place, right? And they can shorten up the time period for scanning these big sheets. The only issue is that they miss multi-packs, they miss bundles. If the UPC isn't a perfect match, it's not going to pick those listings up. So while, let's say you put a big list through a scanner and that scanner finds, say, for example, 8 potential leads for you, I guarantee you if you went back through that sheet manually, you'd find 3, 4, 5 times as many leads. Because like I said, the scanner is only going to find you those perfect match leads, which they're not many.
Corey, are you going to Amazon United as well?
I am. Yep. I'll be there.
Okay,
I've already got my
so
ticket.
either there or so I'm pretty sure we're gonna have some type of seller amp event in Vegas, but in the New Jersey one, we should all go to Fogo de Chao one night. Like,
I would love to do that.
Bill, yeah, me, you,
I
Billy,
love Fogo.
Danny. I mean Sadiq. You know, any of our guys that are there, basically.
Yeah.
That all together. Yeah, that'd be fire. Is Amazon United a one day thing?
It's one day, yeah. So I'm actually going to be getting in
okay, cool.
the night before.
Yeah, because that's what I'll do, right? Is so I'll go to ASD and then I'll go to home in Pennsylvania for a couple of days, right? Not Miami, and then I'll go to New Jersey, then I'll go back to Miami.
That's going to be a fun couple of weeks, yeah, because ASD I think is a week before. Is that right?
Yeah, so I know Seller Amp, I think we're getting there, I think, on Friday. So I'm only going to be there for a couple of days. I'm not kind of going to, mainly meet people.
Right.
Steven, are you going as well? So AMZ United, it's amzunited.com. I believe it's in Newark, New Jersey.
Yep.
I'll be there. Corey's going to be there. Should be a good time. Bunch of our other friends are going to be there too. Just sent my first items out. Yeah, amzunited.com. And we're not involved with running it or anything, but our guy, Scott Needham, is pretty sure he's the one organizing it.
Yep, he is.
Yeah. Sadiq, you're definitely going too, right? chill, Tech. Right there. I got banned from Amazon. Oh no. FBA is a bit of a learning curve. Yeah, but then you learn it and then it's fine. I tried looking at cheaper items and they said I should buy the items for minus the price. Can you explain more? Yes. So I believe you mean the seller at max cost. And like not every product's going to be profitable. Not anywhere close to every product is going to be profitable.
Well, especially cheaper products. He might be talking about like there's some products where, let's say you're looking at the listing, you're looking at the seller amp, and the seller amp tells you, even if you got this product for free, you're still losing 20 cents, 30 cents, 50 cents. And these are typically products that are priced at like $3 or $4, right? You're going to avoid those types of products. They're almost impossible to make money on, especially with the small and light program getting axed.
So it's not necessarily that it's getting taken away.
That's
what I thought, which is
I think they're lowering it back to $10.
A good bit of like the products. Yeah.
Right.
Basically. Yeah. So we'll have those fees updated in Seller Amp when that comes out. Yeah, exactly. Yes. You got to get stuff cheaper, man. Yeah. Like not everything's going to be profitable. Not everything close to stuff is going to be profitable right now. Yeah. I'm definitely watching the, let's see. No, I'm watching let's see. Gary V, watch me Amazon. Okay. Oh, this is lit. Yeah. Actually, this is the video, bro, right here.
We like got to go to his office.
Oh, for real? Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the video I saw, he literally was like sitting in on like a meeting with it. Yeah, that's the video I'm talking about. That's the exact video this video right here is what got me into wholesale. Yeah, see when that was? That was 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's so gangster. Look at him. That's fire. Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, guys. So we'll be on for maybe 10 minutes or so. So keep the questions coming. Happy to drop any game. Can you guys drop some ones? Can you guys drop some ones in the chat if you want to see me? I'll find a bunch of leads and then I'll do a stream with you guys kind of breaking down all of them right there. Can you guys drop some ones in the chat if you want to see me do that? Because I'm super down to do it if like 100 plus you guys would come. And like if you're watching the replay too, let us know on that as well. Because I think that'd be cool. Like scheduled ahead of time, I'd find a bunch of product, be able to really, do some good product research and break stuff down with you guys live. Right there.
Oh, so Christian had a good question. He said, he had an issue with shipping with FedEx and Amazon asked for tracking numbers. Is UPS the best route? So Christian, yes, UPS is absolutely the best route. And the reason for that is because when you're shipping, especially sounds like you're a newer seller. So most everything you're going to be shipping for a while is going to be called SPD, which stands for small parcel delivery. Basically, that's just fancy term for you're just shipping a couple boxes at a time, right? And Amazon is partnered with UPS specifically to where when you ship small parcel and you use UPS, you get such a dirt cheap shipping rate that you would never be able to get anywhere else. So it sounds like you kind of went outside the partnered UPS route. You chose to ship with FedEx, which is going to be significantly more expensive. And it's going to make your life a lot more difficult because
don't do it.
The tracking is not automatically uploaded to Amazon servers. Whereas with partnered UPS, it is.
That's what's up. Makes sense. If a product is around $1 profit, would you still go for it? Probably not, unless I, was getting it for maybe, less than that basically. But no, you're gonna have to do some serious volume, and you can't use a prep center in that case and everything. So I'd say what's your airline of choice, Corey?
Delta.
Ooh, okay. I could see you as a Delta guy. Yeah,
definitely. Okay. American's trash. I haven't flown United in a while. American's garbage. Are you kidding me? Are you an American guy?
Well, that's Miami to Philadelphia is American, yeah.
Yeah. So like, well, I mean, in Charlotte, like I'm in Charlotte, and I think Charlotte's an American hub. So like, I usually have to fly American out of here. American sucks.
That's good banter. Because so Wi-Fi, right? So Danny, he goes to New Jersey from Miami because he lives there with me, and it's always United. Yeah. So he isn't the shoe resale business saturated? No. Nothing saturated if you're good either. You can see I got the boomer. I'm in the guest bedroom right now. I got the boomer. Yeah, oh man. Yeah, look at that
lamp.
Yeah, that's lamp.
That looks like it's out of my grandmother's house.
Yeah, bro, big time. It low key, like coming back to my parents' house, I like have beach house vibes. Honestly.
Yeah, it feels like
you know what I mean? How like everything's super clean at like the beach house, when you go like as a kid and everything, like I can completely get in those vibes. I saw your interview where you shared your actual websites. Will the Wholesale Challenge provide any support to having a website created?
So that's not going to be part of the challenge itself. However, if you want to DM,
should be though. That's like a good idea.
I know. That's a great idea. That's a great idea for if
that's a really good idea. Yeah.
but what I will do, Leah, is if you just DM me on Twitter, I'll just connect you with the guy that did my Shopify site. He's very reasonably priced. I believe his standard package is like $130. And I mean, I swear, I've said this before, we get sales on our website every other day. We got one today. Like, I'm like, how are people finding our website? Like, stop buying off our website. And I mean, it's legit customers. Like, it's just random people. So I think that the guy that made our Shopify site just like put a lot of SEO in it, and it looks good. We've gotten compliments on it before.
Do you ship them?
No, we always just cancel and refund. I mean, it depends on if it's a high ticket product. I mean, we might just drop ship it from our supplier.
Drop ship it from Amazon. Oh, or the supplier. Yeah.
Yeah. Because what we did is we actually just looked at our supplier's catalog and copied like 200 or 300 of their products just onto our website.
Makes sense. Can you send 2 different products in one box to Amazon? Absolutely. You can send a bunch of different products in one. Yeah. But I can say $50 seems rather, I doubt you can sell items on Amazon if you don't have an Amazon seller account. $50 to access hundreds of millions of customers is expensive, man. This might not.
Well, the other thing too, and it's actually only $40 for a professional seller account.
True,
you don't even need a professional seller account to start. You can have an individual account. But when you get to the point where you're selling more than 40 units per month, you want to have a professional seller account because, I guess to rephrase that, if you have an individual account, Amazon charges you an extra $1 per unit sold. But if you have a professional account, it's $40. It negates that charge. So basically, if you're selling more than 40 units a month, then the professional account pays for itself. Sorry, that was a terrible way to explain that. So Miles, did you just grow a small beard?
Dude, no, I just haven't shaved in a couple of days. Yeah, I typically I think I'm going to just start routinely just doing it every day. That way I never really have to worry about it.
Okay, so Will asked, did you have to make any changes to your LLC when you moved states? So, I mean, I've had to do this. I've moved states during the course of my business. I know you have too, so maybe I'll answer first.
Yeah, and again, I still haven't done it though, but yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, again, neither of us are CPAs. I know for me personally, when I lived in Chicago, I had an Illinois LLC. When I moved back to North Carolina, I pretty much just closed down that Illinois LLC and opened up a North Carolina LLC. Not saying that's right or wrong.
Yeah, talk to a lawyer about how to do that shit. Yeah, I got no idea. I'm planning on just clicking a couple Google SEO links and calling some lawyers probably this week to do that. Cool. I'll bump to a professional account when I sell more than 40 items. I would just do it now because then you can do ungating. You can get the buy box a lot easier. I think you should go professional account from the rip for sure.
If you're serious about the business, then yeah, you might as well. Because you'll sell more than 40 units in your first month for sure.
Yeah, if you're serious. Yeah, big time. Yeah, especially with that back to school coming up and everything. Yeah, back to school is starting to really be a thing. Some of the best stuff you can do to find stuff is keep a product finder searches for what's going up in price, what's going down in competition, what's going up in demand. Is a really, really good way to find products currently. Why don't you use retail arbitrage? Online arbitrage and wholesale is better. Retail arbitrage definitely works. So everything works if you work. It just luckily these days, Corey and I, we've been in the game a while, so we have choice. We have an abundance of profitable products we can do. So Corey focuses on wholesale. I focus on online arbitrage. Do you use UPS Business? Not really. For the free shipping supplies, yes. All of you guys should as well. Everyone write this down and do that. Google UPS free shipping supplies right there. You can get your 4x6 shipping labels for free for life. You can check out one through the website for $0. And then you can email them and send the SKU and your account number. And you can get unlimited basically right there. So just Google UPS free shipping supplies. You can get unlimited 4x6 labels for free. They look like big rolls of toilet paper actually. Right, that's pretty fire. Basically,
yeah, and those 4x6 labels for people that don't know are going to be the labels that you use in your thermal printer, whether you're using a Dymo, a Rolo, or anything like that. And those are going to be your box labels and your shipping labels. It's much easier, much more efficient way to print those labels is by using a thermal printer.
Are there Latinas in North Carolina? That's a good wholesale question.
There are a few. They're around.
Are those your type?
I am neither here nor there. My hands are tied.
Yeah. So the answer is no. Then I assume.
We'll leave that up for debate. Okay. We'll leave that up for debate.
Can you reveal the kicks that are back there?
Yeah. Oh, so actually, those kicks Those are from Sawyer and Danny of
Oh,
FBA AIO.
oh,
Because when I spoke to they asked me to speak to their call for, I think it was their 1 year anniversary or their
yeah,
1 year,
whatever. I did it too. That was fire. Yeah.
yeah. And so they sent me those. There's some black dunk highs. I
Yeah.
already have them actually.
Yeah.
You
Show
want
'em.
to grab them?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
You're wearing the same shirt you were wearing at Miami.
Oh,
Can't
yeah,
quite
I
see it.
am. Oh, and a thank
Oh,
you
you
note
got
too.
the sun on him. Yeah. Yes, sirski. Vibes.
So these,
Oh, hi, John's right there. Cool.
yeah, they're fire. I already have. I mean, I have the exact pair, but
Oh,
it was really nice of them to do that. So,
oh, this
shout
is
out
a
to
hot
them.
take right here, actually, too. This is a very, very hot take, I feel like. Right here.
Corey's definitely into Asian. No, I'm not.
Can you explain the not sure what you mean. Nazir, how do you deal with not running out of money? You don't spend more than you have. How should you estimate your monthly sales? For an ASIN, do you look for the buy box percent rotation for a seller that has less reviews and the same shipping dates as you? Honestly, that's a very, very intelligently worded question. The best data is going to be anecdotal. Unless you have unlimited capital, you should be placing small test orders anyway. So it's going to be a lot easier to gauge the velocity after you've sold out 10 or 20 units, basically. But just based on like the terminology you're using and stuff, I think you're going to be very, very successful if you're not already. Right
And
there.
real quick, so Tay said, I joined the stream late. Where can I find info on the Wholesale Week Challenge? So Tay, you can check out wholesalechallenge.com. That's going to have all the details. I will recap what that's going to entail here at the end of the call here in a few minutes. And if you do end up deciding to join us for the challenge, you can use code MILES100. That's going to get you $100 off the challenge, and that's going to give Miles a little kickback as well. So if you've been following him for a while, if he's been helping you out, be sure to support him by using that code.
And I'll hook it up. You got to email me. My email's in the description as well, and I'll send you some OA leads as well. Do you seller up for wholesale? Yes. All right. So when you buy a product online, how long does it take to reach you? Typical website shipping times, 3 to 7 days, typically, and then you just want to send it off to Amazon as well. The nice thing is some websites are going to be faster than others. Right there, some are going to be slow, unfortunately, but in general, 3 to 7 days. And what I was doing this weekend actually was placing orders and then picking up the products in store, basically. So I was doing online arbitrage for replen products and then picking them up the next day in store locally, which was it's a very, very good way to do things.
That's a great move. Yeah.
Yeah, because you get to, I already shipped out 700 of the units too. And then I'm doing.
Well, I was going to say what you could do is if you order online to pick up in store, and that those are going to be in store when you go to pick them up tomorrow, you can go ahead and list them FBM like as soon as you place the order, and you can have stuff. Yeah. You can literally have stuff sold before you go pick it up from the store. Like you could practically go pick it up from Target and like literally drive it over to UPS. Like that's how you can set it up.
Dude, now that I think about it, I could totally have like someone go in and pick up like 200 units a week so easily and just FBM for me.
And that's something that you should set up with a store manager. You could just say, listen, man, I'm going to be buying 200 of these per week, every week. I want you to have them here ready to go. And he might even be able to give you a discount. So
super true. Yeah. Big time. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but yeah. How do you find out which account you have? You'll know when you create it. But I'm sure you can find it, calling Amazon. Could you do a live search for a product and let Corey rate your searches? We should do that in the future. We're not going to have time to do it tonight. But you can go on my channel if you want to see endless hours of me doing product research, and I'm going to make a ton more of it because you guys really like it. I think, and everything. Yep. Yeah. Cool, Nazir. Cool. All right, everyone. So we're going to hop off in terms of tonight. Thank you guys. It's a really good stream. I'm busy tomorrow night. I'm traveling. That's why I'm not typically, you guys know we like to do on Sunday nights or Monday nights right there. But yeah, Corey, you want to just kind of recap Wholesale Challenge, kind of everything involved, because this is the last time you guys will be hearing about it in terms of this session right here. So it's time to take advantage of now, if it's something you guys are interested in, basically.
Yes. So to recap for anybody that wasn't with us earlier, so the Wholesale Challenge is our live 7-day training. It is pretty much the A to Z of wholesale, exactly how I run my business, exactly how I find my suppliers, how I source my products, how I manage my team, all of the above. And it's going to be taking place this coming Monday, July 10th to July 17th. And we are closing the doors for good tomorrow night, actually. Tomorrow night at midnight is going to be the very last chance to get in. If you do end up joining us, you're going to get access to over $3,000 worth of bonuses. Things like my VA playbook, things like my trade show playbook, a list of KPIs, standard operating procedures, ChatGPT prompts for Amazon sellers, all this good stuff that is going to help you manage, run, and scale your business. Not to mention a full money back guarantee. So if you decide you don't like the challenge for whatever reason, we're not only going to give you all your money back, we're going to pay you an additional $50 on top of it. So that's how confident we are in the challenge. And it's going to be awesome. We've already got over 300 people signed up to join us, and it's going to do really, really well. So if you're interested in checking that out, like I said, wholesalechallenge.com, use code MILES100. You'll get $100 off. Email Miles, let him know that you use the code, and he's going to send you some free online arbitrage leads. And if you have any questions between now and tomorrow night at midnight when the doors close, you can DM me on Twitter at GanumCorey. You can shoot me an email if you're on the email list. Really reach out to me in any way, and I'm going to make sure we get you taken care of.
Yep. Yeah. Do you have another class besides this Monday? So, Tay, they're all recorded. And you can ask questions to the community and stuff. So like, it's not like super pressing to be able to need to be there, but it's not just Monday. Like it's every night this whole week, and they're all recorded. With ungating, do you have to trust Amazon will ungate you after you bought the product already? Yeah, but Amazon ungates, like it's going to work for you. It works for everyone else. So it's going to work for you right there. Cool. Yeah. Top Ansley Flits Fire Live. Appreciate you, man. Yeah. Appreciate all you guys for being here with us. Right there. Okay. ROI versus net margin. So Corey is actually incorrect on this. He's a net margin guy. I'm an ROI guy right there. And
I'm a gross margin guy.
Yeah, which is like some boomer shit right there. Like most people watching this don't even know what that is right there. And
right.
I know that's banter right there. Cool. Yeah, don't worry about it, Alan, right there. Cool. All right. Everyone have a great night. Thank you guys. Make sure you follow Corey on YouTube, Corey on Twitter. Let us know any questions. Let us know what you want to see more of and everything. We'll supply it for you guys. Love you. Not going to be on stream tomorrow night, but we'll definitely will be on stream this week. Have a great night. Talk to you guys soon.
See you guys.